This afternoon, CAN returns to some ECG prepaid payment points in Accra as the company resolves challenges making it impossible to recharge meters. But same cannot be said for customers who use the e-payment platforms. For nearly 4 days, ECG payment platforms were offline, forcing many customers to join long queues and left them frustrated. But management of the Electricity Company of Ghana says it has restored its system back to normalcy. We'll hear from the PRO of the company shortly. First, let me take you to Kumasi, where many suffered losses because they were unable to recharge their meters. In the Greater Accra region, Michael Ashale would also be joining us. But first, let's go to Kumasi.
Long queues of customers of ECG, some of whom have been without electricity for days in Kumasi. Some vendors and customers in the Ashanti region affected by the system interruption have not been able to sell or buy electricity for 4 days.
I
have been searching for lights for about 4 days now, but I'm unable to get some. My room has been full of heat and it has destroyed my meal.
3 days near your light no adum. Me koto credit 100 cities on the first 3 days 3 days ago.
For 3 days now, I am unable to get access to prepaid. I just bought 100 cities prepaid light, and just after 10 days it got finished. I have been roaming around. I just heard I can get access to light here at Tech Junction, so I had to rush and get access to
10 days. We turn on the first, on the 10th night. I almost promise you, say, Ebeba and Monday. And I pray on prayer. I just saw banana by. Almost premier.
We have been promised a fault restoration on Monday, and it just came. I only tell my customers about what I am being told by the ECG. We have been able to restore it now.
And delay, and I say, Q, like say, it's a coin. Q be anywhere, like, and then I started. Eba, maybe hand there, even say first to. Sometimes I know even so baby Accra. Sometimes we rent for about 1,000.
Back here in Accra, Michael Ashale has just returned from checking the dumb vending stations and has filed this report.
First off, I started off from the Accra West Regional Office in Kaneshie, where I tried to assess the level of impact and again what has been the intervention from management of that particular region. This is an operational region, I should put that across. Again, we also managed to check from Dansuma and some of the vending centers there. And finally, we ended up here at Roman Ridge District Office here under the Accra East Regional Operational Region of the Electricity Company of Ghana. Challenge I've been told, even though they don't speak to us on record yet, what I managed to gather so far is that they mainly had challenges with vending. And vending would include some of the different types of meters that they have. So some people have the Nuri meter here. So if you have the Nuri meter, it would have been difficult to recharge, and this is mainly for prepaid users. Some other users here, we have the MMS compliant meters as well, had some challenges, but we are told that the eCash platform, for those who were buying their prepaid or recharging their meters over the eCash platform, they had no challenges. But as it stands now, Wednesday, November 16, I am told that a majority of these issues have been resolved, except for challenges retrieving the history of those who are using prepaid meters, or in technical terms, what you call the CMS platform. So this, as far as we know, but the queues that we reported right from Kumasi and the Ashanti region to the Greater Accra region, I can tell you on record that right now they have reduced to clearly almost nobody here who is frustrated and been waiting for days to buy or to recharge their meters.
I've been joined on phone by Fred Bamble Johnson. He is the communications officer at the Accra West ECG station. I'm grateful for your time, Fred. What caused the problem with the prepaid metering system?
Well, so good afternoon to you, Aisha, and thanks for having me. Over the weekend, technicians noticed that we had a challenge with our network. So in order for us to be able to deal with it, we had to curtail some of our services to some prepaid meters. Some prepaid systems. Thankfully, between the weekend and yesterday, we were able to resolve all these challenges. So most of the queues we saw in our offices yesterday of people trying to buy credit were a backlog of people who couldn't have access to our systems over the weekend. As reported by your reporter, today we have virtually no queues in our offices because most customers have been served and the situation is back to normal.
So let's talk about the app, because that's also posing a challenge, and indeed people using the app are facing challenges even today. What's the problem with that as well?
Well, there's no stated problem with the app, as I know, but if you have had an experience with the app recently, you'd realize that we have a new interface for the app, and it's part of a certain re-engineering we are doing with the app. And so technically we are still on a certain pilot rollout, and we are trying to pick all the issues that customers report. So as and when any issues come up, we take it up, and then the technical team would factor those in and work on them. But generally, we don't have a challenge because some customers are able to use the app.
You mean there's no challenge with the app?
There's no general challenge, but like I'm saying, because it's a pilot rollout we are doing with a new interface, anytime you have any challenge, you just have to alert us, and then we'll be able to let the engineers working on them know, so that if it's something that has to be attended to, they do. But generally, it's not a general problem.
But with the pockets of problems you talk about, has that been resolved?
It's on an as and when basis. So yes, some have been resolved, but then depending on what the nature of the challenge the customer is reporting, then it's tackled. So as and when anyone has any specific or peculiar challenge, once you make us aware, then we alert the team handling it to address it.
Fred, I'm grateful for your time. Fred Johnson is the PRO, communications manager at the Accra West ECG station. Let's take a break.